everyone, welcome back to the channel, Co-op Mood. It is May 26th, Tuesday, and before I really dig into what was done, the stress relief I have, and some more unknown toys that I decided to pick up, I want to say I did complete the listing marathon yesterday at 11:55 p.m. So, mission successful. I decided to accept another doggy stay. So, my main squeeze Scout is back. Say hello. She's like, I can't be bothered. It's probably nap time at this point. She'll get picked up tomorrow afternoon, but obviously that cut into my sourcing time. So, I ended up leaving around, I want to say 10 or so this morning to go ahead and start my thrifting journey. And I needed to stay close to the house to be able to maximize my time in the store. So I decided to go to my honey holes I feel like that's a really great hack that I've figured out on my shorter days. So the task for this sprint is to pick up 9 days worth of items in 4 days, which is starting today through Friday. And then I need to be done because my parents will arrive on Saturday. I hit it big at my first honey hole. So it is Tuesday, and that is the day that they do shelf pulls. I went in the morning. I still saw people shelf pulling, but it was chocked full with all of the plush that I counted when I got in the car, how many I picked up, and it was 29 items. So just there, I have, enough for 3 days worth. So I then went to my next stop, and the owner of Scout reached out and was like, can I drop Scout off in 2 hours? So that narrowed which ones I was going to go to next. In total, I ended up getting enough for 5 days worth. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use these to schedule out for the week. And that will just be a big stress relief to have those already here. And then whatever I pick up the rest of this week will go towards June. All right, so in my first store, there is an aisle. I've discovered that somebody that works at Goodwill likes to put die-cast cars and planes and motorcycles there. I turned the corner and it was like, there was so many cars. I don't really know much about die cast, so I started looking them up one by one. With my experience of die cast, I usually can get above 30 for them. That is conveniently my new metric, so I went ahead and just put them all in my cart. In total, I ended up picking up 12 die cast cars. I didn't know that apparently at one time die cast made their cars into banks so that they could add more novelty to the toys. After I figured out it was a bank, I looked at the rest of I have maybe 10 other ones that are similar age to it, and they're all banks. What prompted this desire to pick up 12 die casts? Well, I ended up selling my third die-cast car, which was this guy. I showed him in the call very recently. Snap-on Tools 1950 Ford step van, bank replica die-cast, 124, box included. So this was listed for 6 days. 6-day sell-through. I ended up getting $75 for this guy, with an additional $12 ship on top, so they paid roughly $87. And I learned that Snap-on Tools is actually a brand. When I was in the thrift store today, I kept seeing a bunch of promotional signage, metal signage that said Snap-on Tools, and it had the old cars. Apparently it's a well-known brand, and I guess now I'll be on the lookout for Snap-on Tools since they sell quite quickly. Okay, let's dig into the really cool one that I found, die-cast car, that I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, it's a bank. Okay, here it is. red interior. You can't open the door. So I was like, oh, it's just a die-cast metal car. It's like pretty heavy. I, was able to see that you could open, most of them you can open the front to see the engine, which I'm sure the boys really love. Yeah, all of the wheels are on this guy, but the bottom is what really caught my eye. There is a key, which I've never seen before. So this key comes out, and underneath it, other indicators of value that caught my eye. It says 1949 custom Mercury limited edition. I was like, okay, those are nice words that I like. All right, so the key goes to this thing down here, which is underneath the trunk. So I'm going to quickly open it, because this was how I learned what it was. I opened this thing, and so then it comes up like this, and I was like, okay, there's some sort of semicircle here. So I pressed on it, and I'm like, it's a road to nowhere. What is this? And then I flipped it over, and I was like, oh, the trunk opens. So I open the trunk, and there's this slit thing, and I was like, this is a bank. So that must be how you retrieve your coins. I just thought that was so cool. And it prompted this memory of my grandfather. And I remember that he had a bunch of cars, die-cast cars, in his bedroom, and he actually collected them. So maybe this is in my DNA. I just forgot. Okay, so this guy, I spent $5 on it. In looking it up, I learned that there are other ones that look like this, but are cooler because they have flames and they're different colors. So this is the basic models, but I can probably swing, because I have the key, which will make this one more desirable than other plain Janes out there. I think I can get roughly $50 for this guy. And yeah, man. I just thought it was hilarious that whole experience is what made me realize that I have 10 cars here. I'll see if I can show you. 10, 11 cars here, all bank. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one is this. Okay, also get ready to laugh at me. I picked it up. It literally looked like this. And just janky doors. You can open it this way. You can open the back of it. And it's a Lamborghini. I mean, I know that much. And it still has the windshield wiper. So, went ahead and took a chance on it. $5 for this guy. So it says up here, Welly Lamborghini Diablo, scale 1/24. In looking it up, prices are all over the place. It's as low as $12 to $15 up to $40. The doors on this guy is kind of janky. I do have the side mirrors, which I've noticed on some of the ones I pick up are no longer there. They're broken off. But look at this very technologically savvy mirror. It's just this piece of reflective tape. Anyways, I thought that was funny. Okay, it wasn't until I was prepping for this video that I learned that my poor car must have been in Grand Theft Auto. It must have parked in a bad neighborhood, because it actually is missing almost all of the tires. It just has the hubcaps. And yeah, there's one tire down here. So I'm sure that affects the value. So yeah, probably gonna list this guy lower. Might break even on him, but whatever. I'm learning here, and that's the price of business, right? I just need to break the cars for a second and talk about this plush right now. It is one of the most amazing plushes I've ever come across, and the only reason I saw it was because somebody else was looking at it trying to figure out what it was. Okay, here it is. I could not find it online, but it's fine. I will just use the right keywords and I will figure out a way to sell it. Okay, guys, it is this literal nose. And it has running shoes. It has the hang tag here. And so it says it's the running nose. And it has a little handkerchief and eyes. I just thought it was so great. Okay, so it does also have a tag, which I didn't see in the store. Copyright 1989, Michael Herman. Okay, so in the store, what I thought might be the case with this running nose is maybe it was like an actual run. Like, you know how they have like turkey trots and stuff and they might brand them? I thought maybe it's like a promotional thing with a nose. Who knows? But I just thought it was amazing. Yeah, I bought it for $3. Who knows how much I'll get for it? Maybe I'll keep it forever. Maybe it brings me more joy than the Charlie Bear, which I feel like I'm gonna have forever at this point. But it's just so great. It's so weird and wonderful. Okay, didn't find it, but I must buy it. I'm sure there's some weirdo out there like me that also will find it, only one listed on eBay, and be like, I must have that gigantic nose. So, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Last one I want to show you was the most surprising die cast I picked up. Not a bank, but a bus. I could immediately tell it was like an older model because the older ones have the flat noses. I spent $3 on this school bus. I looked at the bottom. It says Safe T Liner. I looked that up and I thought it was interesting immediately because instead of S-A-F-E, safe, it's just S-A-F. But because they have the T, it's like, I'm sure it's pronounced Safety Liner. And it says Thomas Built Buses Incorporated on Authentic Scale Model. So I looked it up and apparently buses are very collectible. So now I'll be looking for more buses. And this guy was not in my random aisle. This one was actually in the plush section. It was like on the very bottom of one of the shelves. Picked this guy up, so heavy, and I was like, oh, it's a bus. Let's look it up. I thought the side mirror on mine was broken, but this side doesn't have one. So when I looked it up, I found out that what's missing here is actually the stop sign. So that might affect value. Okay, so in looking it up, there are currently 7 listed and 13 sold, which means this has 186% sell-through, which means it's gonna sell fast if I price it right. So here's the breakdown, which I thought was pretty interesting, and this is for this exact model. Okay, if I had the box and the stop sign, I saw some on auction. I saw some actually just listed at this dollar amount, but people are getting $250 for it. If I didn't have the box, which I don't, but I had the stop sign, I could get as much as roughly $150 for it. Well, I luckily don't have the stop sign and I don't have the box, but I can still get anywhere from $50 to $100 for this guy. And again, I spent $3 on it. So, you know, gonna profit conservatively $90 on it. It's gonna sell maybe the second I list it. So yeah, just very surprising. What a great time to be alive. Okay, so it is now almost 10. Haven't edited, haven't posted this, haven't photoed, haven't listed, I've only sourced. So I need to get a move on now and knock this out. And hope you got some laughs. I don't mind that you laugh at me. I'm learning. I'm a noob in all the ways, especially if I keep picking up these cars. So talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.